Austin 316 says I just whipped your ass.
And what's it gonna do?
It doesn't matter how you're doing. Woo! Wheeling, dealing, limousine right, jet flying.
Can you dig it, sucker?
Would you please shut the hell up?
You don't know what hard times are, Daddy.
The cream will rise to the top. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Look at the human rubble.
What up? What up? Welcome to episode 41 of Keep the Kayfabe. I'm Mike, sitting here with my boys, ready to talk some wrestling. It's Memorial Day weekend, and as we honor the men and women that have fought for our country, we are going to be highlighting the men and women that will be putting their lives on the line for our viewing entertainment this weekend at Double or Nothing. This is our world famous prediction show where we give our picks to see the outcomes of the match. We go over them, we debate about them, and records matter and championships will be won amongst the boys. But before we get into our picks, let's introduce the fellas real quick. Up in Glendale, someone who keeps it regal, Steve Grobschmidt. How are you, Grabby?
Well, it's the big show. It's a big bad show tonight.
You're damn right it is.
That's right.
Emphasis on bad.
Good old Paul White. He might be making an appearance in one of the matches, and we'll get to that later in the show. So I like that pick there, Steve.
And that's no BS.
All right, let's cruise down the Bayview real quick. Talk to somebody who keeps it freshly squeezed. Matt Michelson. How are you, Matt?
So I've done this one before, but I just got to bust it out one more time.
Okay,
Hello, ladies.
Pretty
Why
good
not?
bow. That was a D-bag.
I'm still laughing at myself from last week with friend of the channel, Greg the Hammer Valentine, made a special guest appearance on the show. Or no, wait, that was an imposter.
Thanks for listening again, Greg. And yeah, very nicely done, Matt. Let's stay down in Bayview real quick. Talk to my guy. Oh my God, it's Charlie Michael.
Oh, yeah. Too hot to handle, too cold to hold. Like
We
that
can go
song.
all
He
day.
thought it was him from the grave.
I did. I closed my eyes and I was like, whoa, when did we get
Whoa,
him signed?
Mach is back. He's back.
Who put a Ouija board?
He channeled him from the dead.
Hey, he's
Yeah,
still
you could-
rolling in his grave from that hatchet job on A&E.
Slam
Most
piece,
likely.
baby. Yeah, if folks, if you haven't checked out these A&E biographies that are on A&E, do it. I mean, they are just phenomenal. We were talking in our group chat today about the I just caught the Ultimate Warrior one this morning. Shawn Michaels was last week, and then this coming week is Mick Foley, which is going to be really, really awesome. So I got my DVR set to record all those. So if you're a big fan of wrestling, big fan of documentaries, it's very well done. So lots to catch up on. All right. So Double or Nothing is this Sunday. This is AEW's, what would you put this on? This is kind of like their SummerSlam, kind
No,
of.
This is a WrestleMania. This is
the
the
big one?
WrestleMania?
Yeah, because this was the first pay-per-view they ever before. Well, this is the first pay-per-view that Bucks and Dusty, Cody came up with. So it's like there was their challenge show, and it's like, okay, this is our first show, and it's like their annual. I'd call it their Mania, in my opinion. Their SummerSlam, their SummerSlam's kind of all out, and in September.
Okay.
My opinion.
Gotcha. Well, we've had some monumental matches in the past. I mean, the unforgettable one would be Cody and Dustin and their in the first Double or Nothing match when there was just pools and pools of blood in the ring. I mean, I watched that one mid card, and I mean, people were going crazy. We saw John Moxley make his return to AEW at Double or Nothing. So they pull out a lot of surprises. And this year's card for Double or Nothing looks pretty stacked. I'm really excited for this show.
Yeah.
We're going to break down the matches. We're going to give our predictions. And let's recap the records. Charlie is our champ at 7-2 in 2021. The records do matter here on Keep the Kayfabe, as they do matter in AEW as well. I'm in dead last. I think I'm at 5-3. I think Matt, you're at 5-4, and I believe Steve probably is at 5-4 too, considering you two are the best friends when it comes to picks. But we'll
Got
see
to
how
give
this
the
shakes
people
out.
what they want.
Battle of the losers.
Whoa.
Woo!
All
He
right.
rises
So
to the top.
So in perfect keep the kayfabe fashion, we're gonna just make up a rule to see who gets the honor of going last. We're gonna pick a random wrestler. The champion will pick a random wrestler. We're gonna guess the wrestler's birth month, and whoever is closest to that birth month will take the option of picking last. The advantage being get to see what everybody else picks, and you can try to offset them to try to gain ground to become the new Keep the Kayfabe prediction show champ. Big stuff.
Oh,
All right,
huge.
Charlie, being the champ, who is our wrestler that we're guessing their birth month of?
I'm going to go with the famous Jerome Young, better known as New Jack.
Wow.
Oh, man.
Ooh. Wowzers.
Shit. Okay. Well, I think, okay, I'll start off. And I think New Jack, things get really crazy in the summertime. So I think he's got a summer month. I'm going August. I think he's a fellow Leo, someone bold, someone who loves the spotlight and very loyal. I think he's a Leo. August is my pick.
Nice.
We're going month.
Yeah, let's go
Yes.
month. Yeah.
I'm
If
going to
it's
go.
tied, we'll pick day.
He didn't suffer fools, but even so, I'm going with the month of the fool, April.
Mm.
Good pick. Good pick. I feel like guys like New Jack, who are one of a kind personalities, always have they're born on Christmas or something, right? So in the interest of going far, far away from Mike and Steve and just kind of picking something a little more off the wall, I'm going to go with December.
Okay.
December to dismember.
Yep. Well, Matt, you were kind of close, but it took you far away. Our man Jerome Young was born on January 3rd, 1963. So our winner chicken dinner, if we go by the month, is probably Steve.
I
Because
agree with that.
because it's April's the 4th, Mike is the 9th in August, and Matt, you're the 12th. If you'd just pushed it to January, you would have had it.
We're not doing a rolling calendar. Can't be, look ahead to the next year.
The first month starts in December.
Fair enough. I figured being double or nothing, it's like aces. It could be a 1, it could be an 11. December could be the end or just before the beginning.
Who knows?
You know what? I respect the rules. I respect the game. I respect the podcast. Well played.
Respect the game.
Well, I was going to tell you, Matt and Mike, whether you like it or don't like it, learn to live with it.
Yep.
Woo!
It's the best thing.
Because I got the
best thing
month.
going today.
You guys didn't get the month. I got the month. Woo!
Suckers.
It wasn't December.
Suckers and
It
losers.
wasn't August. It was April. Woo! Okay.
It's a huge win. Huge win.
Dude, I love the way the pace that this is starting off. The competitiveness is getting there right off the bat. So this is going to be a fun show.
He's getting it.
All
Steve's getting the heat.
All right. So this year's Double or Nothing will be taking place at Daly's Place. It was supposed to be in Las Vegas, which would have been a lot of fun. Maybe Keep the Kayfabe can fly out there next year. But it'll be happening at Daly's Place. The Stadium Stampede will be taking place at TIAA Bank Field, which I'm guessing is where the Jacksonville Jaguars play.
Yep.
So pretty much same venue as last year, May 30th, this Saturday. So you're not going to want to miss it. So let's get to the matches. Let's see who's going to get lucky and who's going to roll snake eyes.
Oh yeah, I think
All right.
thinking back real quick. I think you're right, Mike. I think this is their SummerSlam. I forgot. Oh yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, you're right on this is their SummerSlam. Because the Memorial
problem.
Day show is their other one. Yep, you're right. Props to
problem.
you. Props to you.
On this prediction night, that'll be the only time that Mike will be right.
That is it. that is it. Suckers. Sucker.
We shall see. All right. Let's get to the card. There are 9 matches that they already announced. There might be some more matches added because we do have one more Dynamite before the big show. We're only going to predict the ones that have
Really
been
big show.
posted. But you know what? Maybe we'll do a little side bet and we'll recap them later. But
Yep.
let's go to the championship match right off the bat.
Dang.
Kenny Omega with the human phlegm that he is, Don Callis, versus Orange Cassidy and Pac in a three-way match for the AEW World Championship.
I think
And
we can
Steve,
get this.
you get to pick last, so hold your
Wait.
horses, okay?
I think we pretty much can all get this one out of the way pretty quick.
Exactly.
Yeah,
All
I'm,
right.
Obvious Orange Cassidy's going to win.
Yeah, totally.
Steve gets to go last, but he's just going to put it out there right away.
No, that wasn't my pick.
No, in all seriousness, yeah, I'm going to go with the pick that Steve was most likely going to go with, and Kenny Omega. He hasn't had the belt that long. He hasn't really defended it all that much during
Yeah.
his reign either. And I almost feel like this triple threat match, to some degree, is a way to kind of boost the star power, the unpredictability, versus just having Kenny Omega versus Orange Cassidy.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how you guys feel about this match. I mean, obviously predictions are one thing, but just the match as a whole, I don't really know how I feel about it.
It
I'm
was
not super hyped for it. It just kind of feels almost like they needed to throw a match together to get through a paper.
as Jim Cornette says, lazy booking.
Yeah.
Lazy booking. Throwing a three-way in. Lazy booking.
I think it's going to be an awesome match.
It'll be a good match, yeah,
Yeah.
without a doubt. But there's no suspense to it. I mean, they'll have some cool near falls to make you think that Orange is going to win it or Pac is going to win it. But we know Kenny's winning this. You
Most
know,
definitely.
they're not killing that story. 5 months into his, not even 5 months into his reign. When did he get the belt? A little after the beginning of the new year.
It was kind of around November, I want to say.
Oh, was it that? Okay, it was November. So yeah, but yeah,
On AEW Dynamite versus Moxley with the microphone.
oh yeah, you're right. Yeah. So yeah, I wouldn't suspect him dropping that till later this, maybe into this year, beginning of next year.
Right.
A lot of story
Yeah, I
to be
could-
told.
I can see Kenny holding on to this belt for probably a good 2 years, 3
Could
years.
be, depending on what other titles he brings in.
I know this is going to be a really, really fun match. I mean, we've seen classics between
Oh, it's gonna be
Orange
great.
Cassidy versus Pac, but throw
Yeah.
Kenny Omega into the mix. It's going to be great. You know, three-way matches, they're kind of the hip thing this year. So yeah, I'm going Kenny as well. Steve?
Well, AEW has been pretty resistant to them, which is good. So, I think, right? They haven't had too many
say
three-way.
so.
Yeah.
No, yeah,
Um,
not at all.
Kenny Omega, hands down. I mean, it's not his time yet. I think, we got a whole casino battle royal coming up for number one contender and all that. They're going to set up Kenny's next challenger. And yeah, it's not time yet. He's going to hold on. He is, in fact, according to Chris Jericho, the greatest wrestler on the planet right now.
Yeah.
Mhm.
No. Oh yeah, Jericho. Yeah.
Yeah.
This was Jim Ross.
Jim Ross said Orton, but
Yeah, which is crazy.
Jim's wrong.
Which is crazy talk.
Let's get to another championship match for the evening. Hikaru Shida versus Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, with Rebel, who is looking mighty fine, by the way. She's kind of getting back to her Dallas
Yes, she
Cowboy
is. She
Healer,
sure is.
Yes, she
physique.
is.
Yes, sir.
I'm a big fan of Rebel, and I'm a
Same
big
here.
fan of Britt Baker in this match. This DMD thing is working very well. Rebel looks like she's ready to be her wing woman for life. Sheeta's had it for a long time. I think this is the time she drops. So I'm going Britt Baker.
Yeah, I agree 100%. Britt Baker. I feel like Sheeta has been carrying the belt, like you said, Mike, for quite a while. And while that's happened, I feel like the rest of the women's division has almost passed her by. Like she's become just kind of this one
Mhm.
person on the outskirts. Granted, her
Good
matches are decent, but I feel
Yeah.
like the other women in AEW have done just as good, if not a much better job. So I think Britt Baker is a good choice. I think that sets her up really well for a potential title defense against Thunder Rosa down the road to kind of follow up on their unsanctioned match from Dynamite a month or two ago. So, yep, Britt Baker.
All right, Charlie.
Yep, that's Britt's time. I'm going with everybody else. That's it's easy pick. She's put her time in. She's due. She'll do more for the belt with her promos and her wrestling. So it's just a matter of who the next face is. It's gonna contend for. But yeah, it's gonna be Brits. It's gonna be Brits for a while. She'll probably run it at least till next year this time, I suspect, unless something
Right.
happens.
Mm-hmm.
She's over.
Yeah, completely. This is her time. She's one of the hottest acts in all of AEW, and I think
Yeah.
you got to strap that rocket on her. I think she did a workman's performance as the champion, but
Yeah.
it's more than time to. And there's too many good faces to be good challengers for Britt, like Tay Conti and
yeah,
and,
that'd be good. That'd be good.
Thunder Rosa.
Maybe, yeah.
Maybe a returning Anna Jay at some point. So yeah,
Yeah.
I think Britt's
Serena
in for a
Deeb.
long. Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah.
So I
I
think
love her. She's my
yeah,
favorite.
oh my god, she had such a good match last week.
I love her, man. She's the best.
So yeah, I would absolutely say Britt Baker. That's the stone cold lead pipe pick of the week.
That's almost as those are locks like Kenny. Those are just
Yeah.
locks, dude.
Yeah, we're getting the gimmies out of the way early here, boys. Let's get to another one. Cody Rhodes with Arn Anderson versus Anthony Ogogo with QT Marshall, Nick Comoroto, and Aaron Solo. This is a singles match. There's been a lot built up into it. I can see this being on Memorial Day. The good old red, white, and blue American flag is going to be waving. He could come out like Apollo Creed, to be quite honest with you, Cody Rhodes, in this situation, going against Anthony Ogogo, a British bronze medalist. I don't like how they, build him up as a bronze medalist. I think bronze is probably like the worst medal you could win at an Olympics.
Still went to an Olympics.
Yeah,
That's
exactly. A lot of people who
That's
don't
true.
get that bronze.
Yeah, they could just say an Olympic fighter. It would give it more power behind it. That's my opinion. I'm thinking Cody Rhodes has got to win it against Ogogo on Memorial Day weekend. That's my pick.
I was actually going to lean towards Anthony Ogogo, but Mike, I think you just kind of sold me on it, and it's such a simple premise too. I think was it the week ago or maybe 2 weeks ago where Cody cut that somewhat controversial promo and basically now instead of the
pretty good
American
promo.
Nightmare, he's the American Dream. So I feel like after all that hype, for him to lose would just be sacrilege in good old America. So yeah, I think Cody might take this one.
And don't forget too, Anthony Ogogo did lay the British flag over Cody Rhodes. So I got to think Cody Rhodes is going to lay the American flag over Ogogo after he defeats him.
Nice
Good
touch.
pick.
Yes.
It's a good pick.
Which is technically speaking disrespecting the American flag, but
True.
Those
They gotta
rules-
hit the ground.
That's another story.
yeah, those rules are variables. So
Yeah.
Charlie, what do you think, bro?
All right, here we go, dude. If you guys' picks sound really good, but I'm gonna take a chance and go with the Go-Go as they need to push somebody new. He can't get it. Hopefully, Cody doesn't get into this stuff of putting himself over all the time, and maybe because I think I don't know. We'll see how the Florida crowd reacts to all that rah-rah American stuff. But I think if they if they do it right, you got to put a Go-Go over to build that faction up, to build somebody new, a new heel, a new star. So, in my opinion, a Go-Go's should go over, because if they don't, the Nightmare Collect or the whatever
The factory.
the factory's garbage. QT lost, a Go-Go lost. So who's next? So
They're like the new Dark Order.
yeah, exactly. So in my opinion, you guys are probably right with the American Memorial Day stuff, but if I'm booking and I know how, if I'm booking and I think how those guys book, Ogogo should go over. Cody will look strong as shit, but I think Ogogo's gonna go over. But he probably won't. But I think I think that's the right way to go, in my opinion. But we'll see.
I don't disagree with anything that you have to say, but Ogogo does not have a British flag tattooed on his neck.
Yeah.
So, I mean, come on.
Yeah. But we'll
Matt,
see.
did you have something before Steve picks?
No, I just Charlie makes a really good point, and that's partially why I was going to go with Anthony Ogogo to begin with, is for the exact same reasons. This one's honestly really hard to call. I think
Yeah, it is. It's a tough one. Yep.
yeah, without looking at the rest of the card, I feel like, how do you call this? I do think if they're going to make a
The show of the
surprise
heels.
pick, yeah, like if a heel's going to go over in any match, I think it is this one, and I won't be shocked if Ogogo wins, but I'm still going to stick with Cody because I can't change my pick.
Yeah, he's got that. He's got that Triple H mentality, putting himself over.
Mm-hmm.
We do have one mulligan, boys. We forgot to address that at the top of the show. You always have one mulligan in your back pocket, in case you want to flip it.
But no, you can flip it at the end or flip it when.
I mean,
When you
I
flip
guess
it.
whenever you want, you can cash it in just like Money in the Bank at any time.
Oh,
by
like,
the end of the show's
By
recorded.
the show, yeah. Not
Oh,
not,
okay. I was gonna say
not during.
you can't
not
go while the
during
match
the
is going.
actual
I changed my
pay-per-view.
mind. I changed my
Yeah.
mind.
No.
1, 2. I changed my mind, Cody.
New champion. No.
Oh, I hate that.
And
All right. Steve, what do you got, my friend?
So I've had the same pick the whole time here. I wasn't swayed by any of you guys, but Charlie buoyed it. I feel Anthony Ogogo is going to win. I think for all the reasons you mentioned, like, and you know what, it's entirely. I've actually gotten probably Cody picks wrong because he wins times. Like I didn't think he was going to beat Sean Spears, and he did. I didn't.
Yeah.
So I get Cody wrong a lot, but I think
Same here.
this is Ogogo needs the rub.
Yep.
What better way to do it than have Cody lay all this patriotism on the line and have Ogogo beat him?
Yeah.
I think it's perfect, and I think Ogogo will. That's like the heat he needs. So
You got to build some new
that's
guys.
to me the logical thing to do. Will I possibly be wrong on this? Maybe, but I'm going to go for sure. I think I like the guy. I think he's got some potential. He's certainly got the charisma, but he needs some help, and I think this match would do that.
Yep.
Yeah, he's really good on the mic. He's got a great look, great bod. I mean, he's born for the business. He's a rising star. I don't disagree with any of you boys, but I just think with Cody always kind of putting himself over, to be quite honest, and the timing, I'm gonna play those odds. I'm playing the numbers. And speaking of numbers, there's a lot of numbers in this next match. This is the Casino Battle Royale for the future AEW World Championship match. I'll run down a couple of the names here, and we can pick from there. So pay attention, y'all. Christian Cage, Matt Seidel, Powerhouse Hobbs, Penta El Zero Miedo, Jungle Boy, Matt Hardy, Mark Quinn, Isaiah Cassidy, The Blade, Evil Uno, Colt Cabana, Preston Vance, Griff Garrison, Brian Pillman, Max Caster, Anthony Bowens, QT Marshall, Nick Comoroto, Dustin Rhodes, Lee Johnson, and one to be determined.
Lee Johnson.
So, yeah, who is that dude?
Shoddy Lee.
Oh, that's him. Yeah, Shoddy. Yeah.
Oh, is it?
Shoddy. Yeah, Shoddy's going to win it all.
Shit.
Did you
so
say,
there's some. Sorry,
Did you say, Mike, that the person that won, i.e., me, gets to pick my spot, or do I have to always go last?
Well, I mean,
I think
technically, you go last just
'Cause
to
it's
see
an
what we all
advantage.
do.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
need
yeah,
it.
yeah,
See
yeah.
what we all do.
I don't need it. I'm willing to make my pick first.
Let him go
Okay,
first.
go ahead.
Give
Look
the
at this.
people what they want.
Look at
Yeah.
this playboy.
I'm going Christian Cage because I think he's going to get it, and then that'll set up that because they've kind of done a tiny little sprinkle of a feud with him and Kenny Omega, and I think that'll be a superb upcoming title match. I don't think he'll beat Kenny Omega for the title, but I think it's a tailor-made, awesome challenge for the next Supercard or next, they might do that on a Dynamite. So I think Cage is going to win it.
Great pick. Great pick.
Yep, that's the way I'm going too. That was as soon as you said the names, it's Christian. Chances are it's got to be a face.
Yep.
Only other person that might win it is Penta, because Penta's kind of facey again, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be Christian. Since we don't know who the surprise entrant is, so I'm going to go with Christian unless Daniel Bryan's a surprise entrant, then I'll go with Bryan.
Oh my God, that would be so amazing.
That'd be fucking awesome.
That
Totally
would
possible.
be as big a thing as they could possibly do. I think,
Yep.
that guy is just gold as far as
Talk
like
about
fan
shake.
favorite.
You talk about shaking the wrestling world up.
Yeah.
I think that's a bigger get than Moxley.
Oh
I
yeah,
agree.
most definitely.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
absolutely.
Moxley's paid dividends. That's even
Yep.
bigger.
Oh, big
yeah.
time. Yep.
No.
Matt, did you have something?
Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat as everyone else. I'm going to also go with
Yeah.
Christian Cage. I won't lie. I was reading a little bit on the Bleacher Report earlier, and this was also their prediction. So,
Oh, was it?
Oh,
Okay.
is it?
so
Okay.
I'm
Yeah.
guessing we're probably all thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
The other two picks though that I could see being really great. Mike, as you were reading off everyone on the card, QT Marshall, I think would be a really interesting guy to win it because
He's a job guy.
yeah, he is. But I think it also does kind of elevate him a little bit to the point
Yeah.
where a match between him and Cody would feel more intense than it would if they just did it some
Why
random week
Gogo?
on
That's why
Dynamite.
Gogo's going over.
Yeah. The other pick I had was
It's the
Well-
big slow. Like I love when the Rockies call him the big slow.
I think we'll see him in the match, like for real. Because if you look, and I don't know if this is AEW messing with us or what, but if you look on the Bleacher Report's website, hopefully within the time that this podcast is somewhat still relevant, they do have a match graphic that shows 21 different cards, and the Big Show is on one of the cards. Now, whether he's the host of the match or kicking it off, something like that, I'm not really sure, honestly. But I think it would be interesting to see him
wow.
in the match. But they do still show a mystery entrant. So whether that's Daniel Bryan or somebody else that from the indies that we haven't seen in a while, I guess we'll find out. But anyway, all that being said, Christian Cage for
Yep.
sure.
Hey, real
Right.
quick, we got some breaking news here.
Oh wait,
Is it up before
It's
you
not-
answer?
It's not
Is
a
it-
raw thing.
Okay.
Yeah. It's just some breaking news. I got it's kind of tied into Wisconsin because he was just here for Hero Show. Buff Bagwell was arrested the other day on 11 charges, 11 misdemeanor charges.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Oh boy.
like parking tickets or what are we
I
talking?
don't know. They didn't say the specifics, but
Prostitution.
speeding, failure to yield, intersection, hit and run.
Oh
Quality
man.
Reckless driving, driving within the median, driving under the influence of drugs, duty upon striking a fixed object, driving on the wrong side of the roadway, and having an open container. Damn,
Buff, stop driving, buddy.
Buff's doing too much with the stuff.
Not doing
Yeah.
so well on the road, bro.
What's the one common denominator here? Driving.
Yeah,
You know, you used
American
to be a stripper.
males. American males. I did. Well, he was like a escort or something, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was like a gigolo.
he was. Oh, was he? Was he? I know he's like a male dancer, stripper kind of thing too.
Wait, Steve.
Right.
So was Buff Bagwell one of two guys that you happen to be big fans of, whose theme song you were just singing?
Well, no, it was the other guy that I like better, Scotty Riggs.
Right, but was Buff Bagwell his tag partner?
Yeah, Buff Bagwell was part of American
Oh,
Males.
I
Yeah,
did not know that.
yeah, he was still a good guy. Like he started off like a squeaky clean good guy. He was actually pretty good when he was like young. Like he could kind of high fly, he had a good look. And then he was with American Males, and then he turned on his partner and joined the NWO.
Nice.
So that's when he became Buff Bagwell
Ah,
versus Marcus Alexander Bagwell.
There you go.
I think he's from
Fascinating.
Louisiana as well. Like he's got. I
I think
want
he's
to.
from Georgia.
Oh really? Yeah, I
I
knew he's
think.
from the South. He's got like a real thick accent.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Okay, Buff. Well, try to get it back on the straight and narrow, and don't go down any one-way streets anytime soon.
Because Buff, you ain't the stuff.
Yeah, he's he lives in he was born in Georgia and lives in Georgia.
All right. Going back to my pick for the Casino Royale, I just have one question. Where is Ray Phoenix in this match?
He's hurt.
Because
He's
hurt.
He's hurt. He's out for a
Damn.
while. It was announced last week he might be out for a while. He got hurt.
So
You know
Penta
what's-
got hurt first, and then he came back, and then his
Yeah.
brother went down.
Yeah, he's hurt.
and Ray was doing some of the best stuff on
Yeah.
TV.
Oh yeah.
And you know, this would have been the perfect match for him to come in and, you know, win this to go against
Yeah.
Kenny. I don't think
Oh,
he
would-
would take it off of Kenny, but
Be
he
outstanding.
needs that
yeah.
match against Kenny for the
Yeah.
payoff that he's been putting on TV.
Yeah,
You
he was
know-
there. Yeah.
Matt says something about Penta before. I bet you my little bonus pick is I bet you like when you get down to the final four, I bet you Penta's one of them.
Oh,
like
yeah.
he'll make it deep. He won't win
Yeah,
it.
oh
but
yeah, he'll
be
make
one of
it
the-
deep. Oh yeah, he'll make it deep.
Yeah, he is so good.
But I think, yeah, like you said, I think this is just Christian's shot. He's been talking. Let's
Yeah,
work his way to get a championship. So it's
and
it's
he,
time.
man,
and it's
he,
like,
he and Kenny will tear the house down together.
yeah, I'd say it's like kind of one of those dream matches too. Kenny
Yeah.
versus Christian. It's like one of those
yeah.
dream
Yeah.
matches. You know.
Plus, Tony Khan needs to pay off for his investment as well into him. So
Yeah,
with
yeah.
with that piece of information, I thought maybe Ray could have been the to be determined guest.
No.
Maybe Daniel Bryan. I was gonna pick the TBA, but I'm gonna go with you guys and go Christian. I don't think
Well-
it goes any other way.
I got an even better mystery pick for you guys. How about
Who's
Mojo Rawley?
How about not? Yeah.
That would be fun.
I love
It would be
Charlie.
something.
That is just took the words right
Yeah.
out of my mouth.
yeah.
Yeah, nobody wants to see that.
Yeah,
I hope
or that,
it's somebody
or, that-
fun.
or maybe Alexander Wolf, guys that nobody wants to see.
Or Ryback.
Yeah, yeah,
My favorite thing of this year was when Ryback put up a poll of like where he should go this year, and for some reason he put retire as one of the options,
Yeah.
and that won by a landslide, and he got mad about it.
over and over. Dude.
Then why'd you put retire in there if you didn't want people to pick it?
And then he re-put the survey up again because he thought bots interfered with it. And it's like,
No,
okay,
people were just messing with you because you're a douche.
Mhm.
yeah, exactly. Nobody wants to see that.
Yeah.
Too
But if you're
funny.
listening, thanks for listening, Ryback.
Big guy, the
Yeah.
big guy, the big guy.
Fuck you, Ryback.
Whoa.
On. We have Hangman Adam Page versus Brian Cage with Taz. Now this is a match. I mean,
Mhm.
you know, AEW's golden boy, Hangman Adam Page, someone who's probably down the line going to rise to stardom, but
Might
he's
be
kind of
together.
still wading in the weeds. He's kind of in some murky water. It seems like the Dark Order is like his bodyguard, like the APA is like,
Yeah.
like the Dark Order is like the new version of that. And, but he's going against Brian Cage, who just
Yeah.
seems to dominate.
Do you remember that promo he gave last week and back and fucking John Silver? Yeah, what's the
Yeah.
little guy? John Silver goes,
John
yeah,
Silver.
yeah. Did you know that? Using double or nothing. That was so hilarious. Dude, it was so fucking funny.
Silver stole the show,
Did you
yeah.
do that on purpose? He's like,
Yeah.
And then Hangman
hilarious.
got annoyed.
Yeah, it was so fucking funny, dude.
They
Oh,
truly
I
are
watched-
the
I
lovable
watched it like
losers.
three different. We were on and watched it like three different times. I was so entertained by it.
Yeah.
His face just like his face was the best, dude.
He reminded me of like LeFou in like, you know, like Gaston has this little doofy little sidekick
Yeah.
like that. He's kind of one of those boys
Yeah,
that pumps
Yeah,
him
he's
up.
hilarious.
They're
he's great, dude. Guy's
I
got
love that
great
guy.
Comedic timing, dude.
All right. Well, I'm going to make my pick for this match. I'm going Brian Cage. This is a wild card match. I think it could go either way, but Team Taz is due for a win. It's Brian Cage. Side note, Hook, I really just don't need to see him on TV anymore, by the way, in Team Taz. He's really useless in the team. I know he's just kind of got the paternal instep in that crew, but yeah, I'm going Brian Cage with this one. He's an animal.
Yeah, I agree with you, Mike. I'm going to go Brian Cage. I'm really torn on this one, honestly, because
Right.
you know, I think it makes a ton of sense for Adam Page to win this. At the same time, we saw him lose to Brian Cage on Dynamite in that crazy match a few weeks back. And I just can't believe AEW would 50-50 book these two guys. It just, nobody gets a win or gets ahead from that. Although it would seem in that case like Adam Page gets his comeuppance against Brian Cage. I'm really struggling with the two last names. This is tricky when they rhyme like this, but But I feel like, yeah, Brian Cage just, you're right, Mike. Team Taz really needs a win. I think that's really what it comes down to. And I can definitely see Brian Cage getting pushed sooner than Adam Page. I feel like Hangman Page is set. He's a made man. His time will come. The longer they take, the better. Just that slow burn over, a couple of years even, I'll wait. But yeah, I would love to see Brian Cage win this one, do something good for Team Taz. Maybe see him break away from Team Taz and see a feud develop there as well. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, Brian Cage.
Okay. Charlie?
No, it's going to be Hangman, dude. They're going to 50-50 book it, dude. There's no way Hangman's losing two in a row. It's Hangman, dude. I just can't. I can't see it happening.
How is he going to beat Brian Cage?
The same way Cage has lost other matches. Then the same way Cage lost to Darby Allin.
Surprise roll up.
I don't know what it was, but he's going to lose.
So you think he'll like control like 90% of the match, but then blow it at the end?
Yeah, something happened. Yeah, he's not. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that Cage is losing.
He does have numbers with the Dark Order. If things go sour and they need some backup, I mean, Team Taz. I mean, Ricky Starks and Hobbs. Hobbs is going to get fucked up in the Casino Royale. Yeah. Hook doesn't do jack shit. Ricky Starks, I'm wondering where he is in that Casino Royale too.
And there's 50 guys in the Dark Order, so that negates all that. So it's going to be Hangman.
Okay, all right, I like it. I like a split decision. Steve, what do you got, bro?
Well, Charlie's got the best record of all time.
All time. I say it 7 times.
Only a fool would argue with Charlie on this pick. So yes. I'm definitely going to be going with Brian Cage. I think he needs this one badly. Honestly,
he really does. This is honestly a hard one to call.
This is a coin flip.
This is another hard one to call. Yeah.
And I just think like Team Taz has been losing an awful lot, and I think conventional wisdom would be that Hangman, because he's like one of their top dudes. But I think what Matt said resonates the most with me, that I think he's a made man and his time will come, win or loss here. And I think Cage needs it 10 times more. So I think Cage is going to win this one.
Right. Yeah, I don't disagree with you at all, Charlie. But I mean, Team Taz, they got to have a win. And this next one is just as hard to pick too. Miro, current AEW TNT champion, versus Lance Archer. 2 behemoths going head to head for
I think this is easy.
Championship.
This is easy.
Really?
In fact,
okay, I'm trying to build it up here, boys.
I'm cashing it in. I'm going first. I'm saying Miro wins this one hands down because he just won the title. And I think Archer, there'll be some shenanigans. Maybe even Jake the Snake turns on him, because there's that weird thing where he like defied Jake to kind of cozy up to Sting. They haven't done anything with that since. I think Archer loses it, and then like something crazy happens with him afterwards that like kind of puts him in a new direction. But Miro is just like, he's on all cylinders right now, and they need to keep that belt on him.
I love that idea. I agree. I think it's going to be Miro. Because he just won the belt. Regardless, it's going to be an awesome match, and I feel like this is another one that, quite frankly, could go either way. But I do think Miro's going to hang on to the belt. I also think, Steve, you just mentioned something really interesting about what is Lance Archer going to do after this. I had forgotten the fact that he cozied up to Sting a little bit. I would love to see Sting, Darby Allin, and Lance Archer sort of have this Death Triangle 2 faction, and Darby Allin and Lance Archer become a tag team in AEW that is to be reckoned with, because you got a huge, massive behemoth in Lance Archer, and then you've got Darby Allin, who is like smaller than me. So,
I bet you to kind of take what you said and then just complete my pick, I think I was trying to figure out how that, like they get there, but I bet you in some way, shape, or form, Jake the Snake screws up or something, and that's what costs him the match. And then on that night, he fires Jake and then goes the Sting and Darby route.
Yeah, makes
True.
sense.
True. And guys, I'm trying to build up the match, a little mystery. You don't need to just like kibosh it. I'm trying to sell some pay-per-views for AEW. They're not our sponsor or anything like that, but
yeah. Well, you know what? You're gonna, sometimes predictable's okay in pro wrestling. You don't need a shocking ending, but it'll still, what Matt said, this is gonna be a hard-hitting, just extravaganza of a match. This is gonna be a fun.
All right. Charlie, do you want to go?
Oh yeah.
It's Miro, right, for you?
Yeah. That's not even a question. It's not even.
Oh, now he's really burying you. He's burying you, Mike.
I know.
It's not even a question. After he just won it, they're not going to kill his momentum right now. He just finally became a killer. So that's easy. That's like taking candy from a baby.
Yeah.
Baseball terms, it's a can of corn. Can of corn.
Yeah, I'm confident the AEW is going to give him more respect than the WWE showed Miro.
For sure.
Yep,
they're going I wanted to maybe kind of switch the fields a little bit, try to offset it, but I don't think this is the match to do it. And especially with Jake being on TV and all these Dark Side of the Rings and biographies lately, he's probably getting a couple paychecks. He's been on TV a lot and he's not moving around so well. I think he could use a little time off. So what you guys were saying about maybe Jake botching the match for Lance Archer and maybe they split off and this is how Jake gets to go to like Palm Springs for a week or two. I think that would be a great story. Give Miro a really big win over a great competitor in Lance Archer, as well as give Jake a little time off. So I'm going Miro as well. All right. In the match that everybody wants to see, the Stadium Stampede match. and this is between the Pinnacle versus the Inner Circle. And then if the Inner Circle lose this match, they must disband as a team forever, which we've heard a number of times before. But, okay, so some of us in this group are fans of the Stadium Stampede. Others are not. I personally bought a Stadium Stampede shirt after I saw it, how much I love it. It'll be a completely different match than we saw between the Elite versus the Inner Circle because the Pinnacle, they're a bunch of big dudes. We're probably not going to see a lot of moonsaults off the field goal post, but hey, maybe we will. I can see Wardlow pulling out something huge in this match. I'm really excited for this one. I mean, it's going to be pre-taped. I'm a fan of pre-tape matches. I mean, it's really just kind of like just something to just sit back, relax, and just enjoy it for what it is. But I don't think the Inner Circle will lose 2 Stadium Stampede matches in a row. I'm going with the Inner Circle at this one, especially after they dropped a match to the Pinnacle already at Blood and Guts. So I'm going Inner Circle.
Yeah, I agree with you, Mike, for all the same reasons. I think the Pinnacle, quite frankly, I haven't really been too impressed with them up to this point. I mean, they did win the Blood and Guts match, but I think on Dynamite, they've really kind of failed in terms of getting themselves over, putting out good promos, stuff like that. They just don't feel like a threat despite, the matches that we've seen to this point. Now, the other thing is, we saw the Inner Circle lose at Blood and Guts. I think they need to win this match at Stadium Stampede because this feud, I think, regardless of what happens at Double or Nothing, this is far from over. So I think it makes sense to have the Pinnacle have a win, the Inner Circle will have a win, and then we'll hopefully get to see a third match between the two of them. Who knows what that stipulation will be, but at some point down the road, hopefully that's the big blow off between the two factions. So yeah, same as you, Mike. I'm going to go with the Inner Circle on this one.
Charlie?
Inner Circle, they're not breaking those guys up yet. They possibly could, but like you said, there's going to be a third payoff match.
Okay.
Probably at the September Labor Day.
I think it's all
pay-per-view. Yeah, all out. Yep. Hopefully they do that in Chicago, man. I'd love to get
Oh,
tickets to
man.
that.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
It'd be a hot ticket.
Oh, it's gonna be
Go
hot.
back on tour.
They'll be up here.
Fun.
They're coming here in August, so can't wait for that show.
Most def. Keep the kayfabe boys will be there.
Yes, we will. Been holding that ticket for a long time.
Uh-huh.
True that. Steve, what do you think, my man?
I am going to complete the circuit and go inner
Pinnacle.
circle. They're not gonna, Pinnacle. No, they're not gonna break them up. I think this is another example of where predictable's okay. I think
Yeah.
by setting up that stipulation,
It'll be a
they've
good match,
They've
yeah.
made the ending very predictable, but it'll still be a hell of a lot of fun. It's too early to break them up, and then that beautifully sets up a
Rubber match.
tiebreaker rubber match that I would expect the Pinnacle to win. But I'm going to save that pick for when that comes up. But no, I think Chris Jericho and team win this one. I bet you Sammy G. He was the kind of the punchline. Getting hit by a golf cart last time. This time he's going to steal the show yet again and lead them to victory.
Yeah, we know it's going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait for MJF to be in a match, something like this. How ridiculous it's going to be. I mean, Chris Jericho doesn't have a lot of good luck in these gimmicky matches either. He lost that Mimosa match. He lost the other Stadium Stampede. So he's due. I mean, I can't wait to see how, these big guys respond, what they're going to do, use the stadium to its fullest potential. It's going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait.
And it's going to be interesting to see what they do differently than they did in the
Right.
last match, because it's got to be all new spots, right?
Exactly.
Mhm.
I'm also thinking I really want to see MJF running away and then hear JR just pull out some classic JR lines like, "Oh, he's running like a scalded dog."
Most definitely. There's going to be a lot of opportunity.
Yeah, you know that the Pinnacle's going to lose, but MJF's going to be nowhere near the loss. Like, it's not time yet to have him get his comeuppance.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Should we
yeah,
throw
not
out a
yet.
little? Should we throw out a little bonus point? Who gets pinned?
Yeah, why
or
not?
submitted? Just because a lot of our picks are kind of the same. We're all kind of best friends
Yeah,
here on
I like it.
tonight's prediction show. So who in the Pinnacle is going to lose it for the Pinnacle for a bonus point?
I'll go last.
Yeah. So I don't know. I feel like after the end of Blood and Guts, it only makes sense that Chris Jericho pins MJF. And
Mhm.
at some point down the road, that leads to, well, you pinned me, and you had all this help from your friends, but can you do it one-on-one? And that's what ultimately leads to MJF versus Chris Jericho one-on-one. So I'm going to say MJF eats the pin.
All right. Yeah.
Wrong. That's wrong answer, bro.
I can see Charlie shaking his head the whole time. I'm
Come
like,
on, man.
whatever, man. I'm already on it.
Come on, man. It's too early for him to do.
By the way,
it's too,
can I
it's
use
too
my
early for him to do the
mulligan?
job, bro.
Can I use my mulligan? Anthony Agogo.
Wow.
Are you using it?
Yeah, why not?
Okay, cool.
Wow.
All
That
right,
was a
cool.
cash in out of nowhere.
I'm
Good
cashing.
job.
You have to
Wait.
you have to gesticulate wildly to the referee that you're cashing in.
What, so Matt, you're going Cody, or you're switching your pick from Cody to Anthony Ogogo from
That's-
the match pass?
Yes, sir. That's the
Oh,
one.
okay.
I love
Nice
it.
move.
Out of
Nice
nowhere.
move. He's smart. This guy knows-
Long-term booking.
Yep, he knows stuff. He knows stuff. He's thinking now. He's thinking ahead, even though he had a little fall on that MJF. Yeah, MJF is not doing the job yet because he can't talk shit. How's he gonna talk shit if he does a job this early? So when you look at that Pinnacle roster, the weakest guy who will be doing the job, who will be going pin me, pay me, will be Sean Spears.
Ooh.
He will be looking up at the lights because they're not going to do Wardlow like that. So it's obviously Spears who will be doing the job if it's a straight pin.
And then he'll never appear on AEW television again at this point.
Who knows? It might be who knows? They might kick him out of the group. Who knows what they would do with him? I mean, it's still too early to be doing that, but I think if I look at that roster, it's Spears, dude.
Right.
Got to be Spears.
I know, and that was my initial pick off the top too. And they did talk shit about Spears too, saying that he's like the biggest piece of shit in the group. So I want to try to not feed into that, thinking that somebody else is going to be looking up at the lights, a lot of lights, those stadium lights. Fuck yeah! I want to try to gain a bonus point and not do Sean Spears. But I don't see any other way Sean Spears is getting this pin. So I think Sean Spears is going to either get submitted or get the pin.
Something will happen. Yeah, whatever happens, he'll lose. However he loses, I think it'll be him doing the job.
Mm-hmm. Steve.
There you go, Steve. What's Steve have to say?
The logic is eminent that Sean Spears is the weakest link of the Pinnacle. However,
I
think that they've been really trying to counter that. They really gave him credit in the last promo and all that. I think they're trying to build him up through this whole thing. And I think to have him lose out. So I think it's going to be either Harwood or Wheeler, since I have to pick somebody.
Could be Dax. Yeah.
I'm flipping a mental coin here, and I'm going to say it's going to be Cash Wheeler.
Is that the ball guy?
I don't even know.
I think Dax is I can't remember. Yeah.
Cash is the guy with hair.
Okay, to be Dax.
I think it'll be.
I can see Dax doing the job. He don't mind doing the jobs.
But no, I think it's going to be one of FTR. But since I have to pick one person, I'll pick Cash Wheeler. I do not think it'll be Sean Spears.
Okay. I'm using my mulligan.
Oh, here we go.
He's going still in your pick.
He's using the mulligan on the
he's still in your pick.
On the bonus pick. I like
the bonus point. On the bonus point, because I'm with you, Steve. I really think they're not trying to make Sean Spears look like, the whipping boy out of this thing. So you pick Cash?
No, what did I say? Wheeler. Yeah, Wheeler.
Is that the guy with hair?
Yes, the guy with hair.
All right, I'll take Dax, the guy without hair.
Without hair.
Bald guy with the mustache.
Yeah,
Burt Reynolds.
I could see Dax doing it. The poor man's, I could call him the poor man's Arn Anderson.
Yeah. Okay, so Steve, bonus point. You are with Cash.
Yes.
Me, I am with Dax. Charlie, you're sticking with Sean Spears. Matt, you're sticking with MJF.
Yes.
And Wardlow is squeaky clean. I love it.
I got one more bonus. If you guys want to do one more, I don't know. You got any more bonuses, Mike?
No, go ahead. If
Why
you
not?
want.
I got one more bonus as a good breaker. Who will be the mystery pick for the Battle Royal?
Oh, I like
that one. I like that one. Yeah.
So
all right,
I'll go first on this one. I'm going to say Daniel Bryan.
That's a good pick. I was thinking that too.
A lot of rumors.
Rumors and innuendos.
Deep down, I don't know if it's going to happen. I quite frankly don't think it will, just because the Bellas are still so.
Yeah.
But I mean, Andrade is out there doing his thing outside WWE, and Christian's over in AEW. There's a lot of guys who jump ship.
What about all those guys for the last pay-per-view? There was RVD floating around. There was all that shit.
Yeah.
Kurt Angle. No. So you're thinking Daniel Bryan, which would be fun.
Is I could be wrong. I think I'm wrong. I was gonna say, is Angle on I think he got canned. He's not on a Veterans Hall of Famer contract or nothing.
Legends.
Legends, yeah, that's what it is. Legends, yeah. I don't think he is.
I've seen him on some posters for some, alternative shows and stuff like that.
Oh, okay, so yeah, maybe he's doing his own thing, which is cool.
Yeah. But who knows? Okay.
All right.
What do you think, Charlie? For that bonus pick.
Keith Lee. No. No. The reason I brought this up, I'm gonna go with Andrade. He might just to pull I'd love Brian to win. Brian his name would be Danielson then. He'll be Danielson then, but it'd be awesome. I think that'd be, if they could get him, I think that'd be fucking awesome.
Huge.
But I want to say, I don't know, I'm gonna say I'm gonna go with Andrade. I don't know if his 90 days is up though. Do you guys know?
Well, didn't he wrestle somewhere else already?
Yeah, I think so. I know he's scheduled to wrestle.
Yeah, he challenged Kenny Omega for the AAA Mega Championship.
Yeah, that's in June, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know if he
I don't know if he's up. I'm just gonna go wild out of my wild ass. I mean, I'd love for it to be Brian, but I'm just gonna go Andrade just for shits and giggles.
Yeah, and it's
Just
not
in
going to
case-
cost.
just in case we get tied. It's an extra point
Yep.
to break any tiebreakers or anything we got. So
Yeah, it's not going to go in the loss column for you.
So if
Yeah.
this is a tiebreaker, we can't pick the same people, can we?
kind of, because we got two of them. So we got
Okay.
a couple of tiebreakers here. So and they're all both tiebreakers. I mean, the first tiebreaker Mike came up with. Everybody's got different picks. Then the extra tiebreaker is this one. So we'll
All right.
we'll figure it out.
Well,
I
I'm
mean,
going to go with.
Unless you get all my picks, they're going to be 100% solid anyway. So I don't think we're going to need them. So
Very nice. All right,
Okay,
I'll pick.
Steve?
I'll
Mike,
pick
go
the
ahead.
Big Show. I'll pick the Big Show. Paul White to be the guest entrant.
But didn't you say
know,
he was
the-
already on the poster or something?
Yeah, that's what somebody said. So if he's on the poster,
That's a good
hey,
guess. That's a great guess.
Yeah, I'm playing the percentages.
That's a
This
great.
t-
He's
this
there.
one.
He's in house. He'd be a.
You-
he'd
you
be
know-
a good, he'd get a great pop from the crowd if he came out. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm the guy on the show that usually has that wishful thinking and a lot of reaching picks. I'm a little more conservative this show.
Yeah, you
Go
got the-
back and listen to our other prediction shows, folks. I make a lot of fucked up picks, and that's why I'm always last. But
You
I
get
was
the-
the initial keep the kayfabe champ at one time.
You got the 12-year-old fantasy booking
Mentality, yeah.
exactly.
Mr. Regal, Steve Grobschmidt.
Jade Cargill. No, I'm kidding. Although that would be pretty cool, if they want to kind of make her the next China.
Wouldn't put it past him.
I wouldn't. I said that as a joke, but as I think about it, it's not a 0% chance.
It's very
Uh,
enticing.
Yeah. You know what? I don't actually need a tiebreaker because I'm going to win outright.
There you go. You're
So
right.
my official pick is Jade Cargill.
Nice.
All right. I love it. And
My run-
honestly, Steve,
my
I'm rooting
informal
for you.
backup. Yeah, my informal backup pick is Mojo Rawley.
No, yeah, I mean, he's just not a big enough name.
No, he's
I would-
nothing.
Yeah, I wouldn't waste money bringing him in, and he's not going to bring any. Ain't going to bring any extra eyes to the product.
If AEW signs him, he's an elevation guy.
If he does
dark
that,
elevation.
if they do that, they're going to get that tag just grabbing WWE guys.
Yeah.
I think Mojo's thing is if he can go into the indies, make a name for himself, come up with a new gimmick, which I heard he's coming up with something. If he can go in there and make a name for himself or make a name and then do something different, kind of like what's the dude that's in the WWE, the Scottish dude,
Shane
McIntyre.
Oh,
Drew
McIntyre.
when McIntyre left, made his name on the indies and came back. If Mojo
Did,
can do something like that, get his work rate up better. you
Yeah.
know, get on the-
When EC3, who did he sign with? Ring of Honor?
he's in Ring of Honor, yeah.
Is he exclusive to Ring of Honor?
I want to say yeah. 'Cause
Okay.
They don't want their guys popping back and forth, and they're
Yeah.
definitely Ring of Honor has no kind of working relationship with AEW.
You know what?
You know,
right now.
another avenue they could go. I'm at, just as food for thought is, they got that partnership with the NWA. It could be anybody from there too. It
Oh,
could
yeah.
be like imagine if Nick Aldis showed up or something. But
Yeah,
he's
but
their
if-
champ. If he's
but-
gonna show up, he's not gonna get tossed out.
Yeah, if it is Aldis, he's got to win. So
But Aldis
Which would be-
Omega,
which
Aldis
would
Omega would be balling.
which would be fucking
Fuck.
awesome.
Yeah.
Which would be awesome because that's another belt he could try to get, which would be awesome. But
I'm
I don't-
gonna
I don't think they
calling
want to.
I'm gonna call my mulligan.
Yeah,
I'm gonna take Jade Cargill off the mat.
yeah,
And
that's,
I'm going Nick Aldis because
that's a
that
great.
would
That's
just,
a great.
that would
That's a
just
great
be
pick.
freaking mental.
Yeah, they could do it, but yeah, because they didn't say when the belt, when the match has to be. It could be
Right.
whenever. That's
Yeah.
a good pick. That's a good. That's a solid fun. That's a solid fun pick.
Yeah.
Charlie, can I Venmo you $5 for a mulligan?
Oh, no, don't cheat.
Your mulligan, because I just thought of somebody that would be even bigger than
Who's that?
everybody that you guys just said.
Who?
Big Cass.
Oh,
Big Cass. Oh, that's a good one.
Oh!
We'll let you
Who
switch
is-
it. That's
I'll
a
let you
fun
switch.
one.
Who did you
That's a-
pick?
Who is?
Who'd you pick?
I-
Big
well,
Slow?
Yeah, I did. But you
Yeah,
know,
change it.
Big
Yeah,
Cass
I think you
is.
change it. You can change it.
You get a bonus
Big-
because you're
Yep,
you're
yep.
in the rear.
Yep, change it.
I
bro.
got the pencil as well, by the way.
I
But
got the pencil. That's the strongest thing in wrestling. The pencil.
plus, Big Cass is dating DDP's daughter,
Daughter.
Lexi Nair.
Yes.
Yep.
So
Big Cass
he's in
would be-
good graces with the inner workings of the company. I'm thinking it's Big Cass,
That's a great pick.
Would that be
and
awesome?
nobody's talking about it.
Big Cass comes. I mean, Enzo comes out with him, does the talking.
oh,
But I don't know if it happened, but
Enzo
but
just got hurt.
Yeah, Big Cass. Yeah, I know. I saw that. But Big Cass isn't. Yeah, it's a good pick because he's not signed with anybody, and he looked great. But he would be a
Mhm.
guy they would want to get. That's a good pick, dude. I didn't even think of that one.
so he's not signed with anyone because he
Nope.
he
He just
made
came-
it
Impact.
Impact.
Yeah, no, he didn't. He's not signed. Yeah,
But he's been on every week, hasn't he?
he's. I don't know if he's on every week, but last I saw, let me look it up. Last
But
I
they have
saw,
a partnership with Impact. So even if he did sign with them, it's a good pick.
when I saw he wasn't signed. Remember
I
seeing.
don't think he's anywhere.
I saw a blurb about it, but I don't think he's. I mean, because he's. I don't think he's under contract. Put it that way.
Right. Okay. Well, that Casino Battle Royale, a lot of bonus picks have been thrown out, make it a lot more interesting. I can't, and you know, listeners, this is why you tune in to Keep the Kayfabe for this kind of
That's strong at the end.
irregularities.
That
You
was
can't
strong.
find that in any other
That's
wrestling
strong.
podcast.
Yep.
Hot take here. All right, so let's move it along. We're got 2 matches left. We got Sting and Darby Allin versus Scorpio Sky and Ethan Page. This is just a straight up tag team match. They've had a little rivalry going on here. This is the first time that we're going to see Sting inside the ring, like we said last week, doing in-ring performance where it's not a cinematic match. I really can't wait to see what he's got. I mean, Darby Allin's going to be flying around doing Darby Allin things, but I'm going to pick the team of Scorpio Sky and Ethan Page. I'm thinking they're going to take down Sting and Darby. They kind of need a little something. Scorpio, and I mean, not a lot of people know this Ethan Page guy good enough, but they've been making enough TV time to get on TV. And Scorpio is supposed to be a babyface. We've loved him with SCU, and now he's turning heel. And like, what would get them over more than fucking up living legend Sting and beloved Darby Allin? So I'm going Scorpio Sky, Ethan Page.
Yeah.
Ditto.
Yeah.
Okay.
Same. I was leaning Sting and Darby Allin, but
It's time for them to take some L's
yeah,
because they got to help. If you don't build those guys up, you're stuck
Yeah.
with. Yeah, you got to build some of those guys up now because
for
Well,
sure.
plus,
they can take the loss with no problem. You know.
oh, we seen Sting take the loss against Hunter Hearst Helmsley at WrestleMania. I mean, this is just double or
Oh.
nothing, and he's getting paid millions of dollars on the regular. So I could, and they could always be like, well, Sting,
It'll
he
be
just,
a dirty.
you know,
It'll
he
be a
gave it
dirty
his
win.
best shot. Yeah, he gave it his best shot. And, you know, the old dog just didn't have enough in the tank to beat these young bucks. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah, it won't be a clean win. They'll do something dirty, but they'll get a
Yeah.
win.
Mhm.
exactly. All right, Steve, what do you got, man? Are you going to be loyal to your all-time fave?
I am going to go Sting and Darby Allin. I think.
All right.
All
I just
right.
don't see
Yeah.
them. I can't come up with a visual on how they lose. I think Darby just lost, and they're not going to have him lose again. Sting is going to, I think, eventually put somebody over, but I just don't think it's going to be this one. I think they're going to win this one.
I think Darby will do the job. I think Darby will do the job.
Yeah,
He'll
but
do-
yeah,
He'll do the job. Darby will do the job. No problem. Sting
Thank-
won't take the pin. Darby will do the job.
So here's my little bonus thoughts on
he's
this.
He's Teflon right now.
Yeah, I think this match happens after Lance Archer and Hangman. Lance is going to lose that match. and then or no, Lance Archer and Miro. And Lance is going to lose that match, and then Sting and Darby are going to get the assist from Lance Archer and win.
Okay. Very good,
I
Steve.
agree with Steve for a lot of those reasons. And another thing I'm thinking about here, I mean, ultimately, Sting isn't here to job out in these mid-card tag matches, is he?
Yeah. No.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, no. I think Darby will do the job.
So, Matt, you want to change your pick? Or you
Yeah,
you
you
have
know-
to because you already cashed in your mulligan with a go-go.
I did, but I want all of our listeners to know that as one of the two best friends on the podcast, I stand with Steve.
Give the people
I
what they
stand-
want.
I stand with Steve. Look at his shirt.
Yes, that's you can't buy loyalty like that. That's why we're in. That's why we're the best friends.
But you
They're in
can
the-
buy a T-shirt
You
that
bet-
says
you
"I
bet-
stand with Steve."
You back to Steve.
Yeah. And you can ride in the carpool lane in the minivan too. That's around the corner for you guys. I hope. I'd love to see it. I love that type of loyalty here on Keep the Kayfabe. But yeah, that's going to be a good match. I mean, again, like that's a new team between Scorpio Sky and Ethan Page. And, Darby and Sting, everybody loves them. I mean, somebody's hearts are going to be broken. So, all right, let's get to the last match of the night. The Young Bucks, Matt Jackson and Nick Jackson, current champs versus John Moxley and Eddie Kingston.
Ooh.
Wait, is it John Moxley or John Moxley?
Moxley.
No, you're correct, Steve.
Okay,
It is
just checking.
John Moxley.
Okay.
Mike blew out his microphone there for a second,
Sorry, I backed up.
in true Justin Roberts style.
I'm amazed that the Dapper Yapper hasn't blown a microphone on that one.
Okay. Boy. This John Moxley and Eddie Kingston, I don't know. I honestly don't love it at all. I was a big Eddie Kingston guy, but I just liked him as a voice. I don't like his in-ring action. And I just don't think he's talented enough to get over on the Young Bucks with Don Callis, by the way, too.
Yep.
So I
and
gotta,
I'm sure they're
I
good
gotta
brothers.
pick the Bucks. Right. So I gotta pick the Bucks.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat as you. I want to like Moxley and Kingston, but I don't know. I just don't, and I don't think that they're in a position where they should be the ones to overthrow the Bucks as tag champs. So yeah, I'm gonna go with the Bucks.
Mm-hmm.
More bang for your buck. I'm going with the Bucks.
Alrighty. Steve, you have the last pick of the evening.
He's
Damn it.
thinking. Mine's
No, because I was picking.
It's hard.
I,
It's a hard
I was,
pick.
Yeah. You know what? What the hell? I'm gonna go with what I was thinking. I think it's Moxley and Kingston are gonna win. I'm not necessarily sold on him either, but Moxley is still pretty gold there, and I think I don't know. I just feel like it's so difficult because the Bucks are doing some of their best heel work, but I just don't think
Moxley's solid. Eddie,
Yeah.
Eddie will do the job. Don't worry. Eddie's taking the pen. Don't worry.
I just
There'll
feel
be
like
some shenanigans.
I
He'll
have
take the
felt
pen.
from day one that the Bucks don't ever need the titles, and I still don't think they
They
need.
need.
The
I
titles.
think they need them for this heel run. You have to have a reason to be little assholes like they're being. If they don't have those belts. Being assholes don't matter. So,
Not to
Yeah.
mention, they just got their shoes stolen on this last Dynamite. So John and Eddie just had the one up on them. So who's going to get the final word? The Bucks.
You guys are all 99% right, but I put it out there already. I got to
That's
stick
cool.
with it. I don't have a mulligan, so I'm going to stick with it.
Yeah, there's not enough room on my piece of paper here. I got so many scribbles on it. I hope I can read it properly on the night of. But no, this is going to be a really good card. I like the debates. I like the scenarios that everybody threw down. Again, this is happening on Sunday night, this Memorial Day weekend. Check it out on Bleacher Report or Fight or whatever it's on. You can find it or watch wrestling.in. And watch a great pay-per-view. We just have one last segment here on Keep the Kayfabe. It's promo of the week. Let's go to the inbox here. This came from Paul Pazinski from Aurora, Illinois. This is an interview with Hulk Hogan. Sorry, go ahead, Steve.
Say
Charlie
Charlie from Starkville didn't call in yet and give one yet.
Not yet, but the boxes are open. Boys and girls, if you want to hear any of your favorite promos played on Keep the Kayfabe, send them to our DMs on Instagram at Keep the Kayfabe or Facebook at Keep the Kayfabe. But this one comes from Paul Pazinski, Aurora, Illinois. This one's with Mean Gene Okerlund as he interviews Hulk Hogan right after he won the championship on January 23rd, 1984. And he has a couple of guests come in at the end here, too, to celebrate on the occasion. Let's take a listen.
Gene Okerlund here with the brand new World Wrestling Federation champion, Hulk Hogan. You proved it to thousands and thousands of fans, not only here tonight in Madison Square Garden, but throughout the wrestling world.
You know something, Gene? They proved it to themselves. All I asked was for the whole WWE to stand behind the Hulkster, and I told them I'd bring it home for the USA. You know something, Gene? It is the dream of a lifetime, Daddy.
Oh.
And you know something? I can't imagine this is like going to the mountaintop 1,000 times over. I feel the energy. Hulkamania is running worldwide, and it just turns me on, Gene. And I felt every one of those 25, 30 plus thousand people with me standing behind me all the way, and it felt great.
Well, you have arrived, Hulk
Have you
Hogan.
ever seen anything as beautiful as this, Gene? This belt is part yours, too. It's everybody out there, man.
Andre the Giant congratulating the new heavyweight champion of the world.
That's nice of you. I'm really proud of you. And you are a good wrestler, I'm proud now.
The champagne is flowing. Ivan Putski.
Hey, I'm proud of you, Jack. Very good, Hulk. Can you
Super Monday at the Garden with the new heavyweight champion, Hulk.
Just a couple of boys pouring some champagne on one another after a huge victory. The Hulksters fired up. Andre the Giant's fired up. I mean, God, you got to love that era, 1984, when wrestling was wrestling, right?
Yep.
Right? I mean, Charlie, you remember that.
Some of those lines,
Yeah.
those lines in that promo are classic.
Yeah.
Steve, what's your favorite one against?
Honestly, it's the birth of Hulkamania. I mean, that's what I love about it most. It's like, you know, he was big in AWA, but then he didn't get his chance. This is when he beat the villainous Iron Sheik, and that promo just, I mean, it said what we were all thinking at the time. And
what are you thinking then?
I'm not picking because the whole thing was good. It was probably one of the all-time.
What are you thinking? I mean, your emotion after hearing that.
I just said it's the birth of Hulkamania. I think I love that promo. I've always loved it, and I think when I was younger, I think I had it half memorized, but I'm older now, so
yeah. It's awesome, dude. It's awesome.
I hear you. It's back in the day when every promo, every word was yelled at on a scale of 1 to 10. Everything was an 11, and this was the perfect moment for that too.
It gets loud. Loud.
I'm surprised old Andre the Giant didn't drink a whole case of that champagne that they poured on poor Mean Gene, and his microphone didn't short out.
Drink a case later.
Yeah.
Him and Gino liked his drink too.
Oh yeah,
big time. Awesome. Well, thank you, Paul, for submitting that promo. Again, submit your favorite promos to Keep the Kayfabe at on our Instagram at Keep the Kayfabe and Facebook. And boys, wow, this was a really, really great show. Thanks for sitting here and talking some wrestling for Double or Nothing coming up this Sunday. Can't wait to see how these picks shake out. And if you do 3 things this week, stay humble, stay hungry, and stay hard.
Triple H. Triple H.
Woo!